Hello everyone, this is Miriam. Welcome to my Ghanaian channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Well, I believe that you guys are doing well. I received a lot of comments that I appreciate, with people telling me, on my videos, it's so good that I'm so connected to my Ghanaian culture. It's so good that, I was born in Europe, I'm a proper European girl, bugger. And I'm so, how they say in Ghana, bugger, yeah, when you're from Europe, yeah, the whole bugger. Anyway, I'm so in touch with my Ghanaian culture, and I also get a lot of people, comments from people that maybe half Ghanaians telling me they want to know more about my Ghanaian culture, about their Ghanaian culture, and my videos help them to know more about the culture. So I'm just like you guys, you guys that were born in Europe, yeah, I'm just like you guys. I don't have some magic potion, it didn't happen by chance, the fact that I kind of, know about Ghana and my culture. I say it's normal, and that's how it should be, right? Unfortunately, that's not the case for everyone, which makes me one in a million, maybe, I don't know. This video is basically going to be about how come I'm so in touch with my Ghanaian culture, per se, and yeah, how it came about. People telling me, that I know about Ghana, I know a lot about Ghana, it's really good. There's so many things I don't know about Ghana though. I mean, tell you guys, before I make videos on this channel, I do a lot of research sometimes. How my past video, how safe is Ghana, and things you should know before going to Ghana. I have, obviously, some of them is from my own experience, obviously, but sometimes I have to do a lot of research to see if what I'm saying is kind of accurate. Sometimes my videos, I might not always be clear, I might not always be accurate. That's why it's important that the comments are there, so that Ghanaians that are really nice and really polite can comment and be like, oh, you forgot to mention this, or correct me the nicest way possible. I believe really from my heart that it's important that when you're from a country, or whatever country you're from, it's important for you to know about your culture. Because I'm someone who, I have this Ghanaian channel, but if you follow me on Twitter, whatever, if you know me, I'm someone who is in love with learning about foreign cultures, Asian culture, Indian culture. I am so in love with anything that has to do with discovery, traveling, languages. I've always been like that. But I believe that would be meaningless, and that would be hypocrite, and that would be bad if I was so into other cultures but I don't know anything from my own culture. I used to be very, very hurt when I hear these mothers or these fathers that say, I moved to Europe with my family and I haven't been to Ghana for 30 years, or I haven't been to Ghana for 40 years, or I haven't been to Ghana for 25 years. So I learned that there's a lot of reasons why this may happen. Sometimes it's a lack of resources, a lack of money, sometimes even family problems. There's a lot of things that may have happened that made them not want to go back or to their country. So that really, when me and my friend talked about that really opened my mind and really made me think. There's a lot of things that I think as well. If you're Ghanaian and you're thinking of living in Europe, or you're thinking of going. You're thinking of moving out of Ghana and going to live in an European country, or even a country outside of Ghana. I think it's very important that if you have any issue, or if you had any quarrels with someone in Ghana, it's important to settle the issue before moving out. Don't travel to run away from something, because then if you move out, you might not even want to go back to Ghana, maybe because of that person or that issue. Or there's some issues where you actually have to travel before settling the problem. I don't mean this, but you know what I mean, right? I traveled a lot to Ghana when I was younger. My parents, for summer, the period from June to September, every year, I tell you, every year when I was younger, I traveled to Ghana. People talk about my accent. It's so funny. When I look at my videos and I look at the comments, people are confused. Are you from, what country are you from? I am Ghanaian. My parents are Ghanaian. So my parents, they moved from Ghana to France. You just like how some people move from Ghana to go to go and live in the UK, right? It's just my parents moved from Ghana to France, and they've lived in France for like 27 years, over 20 years, you know. So I was born in France, yeah, and I moved to the UK in 2008. So growing up, you know, I didn't really hear them British English accent. I never, until I came here, I was like, is this English? Like, I always went to Ghana when I was younger. Maybe it's because I'm the last born. I've got 2 brothers and I'm the last born, so they can't really leave me with my brothers. So sometimes they brought my brothers along, or sometimes they left my brother in an auntie's house and they took me in to come with them, take the plane with them and come to Ghana. Because, you know, when I was younger, I couldn't really speak English with my family in Ghana. And I couldn't speak French with them because I tell you, the only French they remembered is the one that they learned in school. Beyond this, hello, bonjour, ça va, comment tu t'appelles? That's all. I couldn't have a conversation in French with my family members. I had to speak Twi to be able to communicate. It's only during the period of 2008 to 2012 that I didn't go to Ghana. That was the only period because I moved to the UK, so I had some things to settle, so I couldn't go to Ghana. Right? But yeah, in 2012 I went, and hopefully this year I'm going as well. Very excited. That's definitely one of the reasons why I might be connected to my Ghanaian culture. Another reason is because I grew up in a Ghanaian home. I tell you, if you're Ghanaian, if your parents are Ghanaian and you live in India, you will grow up in a Ghanaian home. If your parents are Ghanaian and you live in Liberia, you will grow up in a Ghanaian home. So even though I was born in France, I grew up in a Ghanaian home. But my parents never imposed the culture on me. Miriam, you have to speak true to this. No. They never force you to do anything. They're just really soft. My parents are soft people. Now I grew up in a Ghanaian home, you know, my mom cooking African dishes, Ghanaian dishes, African movies playing in the background. That's maybe one of the reasons why I know a lot about movies and Ghanaian. There's some people that even though they grew up going to Ghana a lot, and they have, you know, them family members that are Ghanaian, so they grew up with a mom cooking African food, they're somehow not connected to the Ghanaian culture. That's a shame, but you know, you have to want it. You have to want it. I'll give you an example. You might have some family members, you're blood related, but you're not close to them. Same thing, you might be Ghanaian, you might have grown up in a Ghanaian home, but if you don't want to be connected to your culture, if you really don't want anything to do with that culture at all, then you won't be. You have to just be appreciative of where you come from, to be honest. There's this debate going on as well. There's a little debate if you go on Twitter, or is it important for Ghanaian, you know, parents in the diaspora to teach their children how to be connected. So I believe is very important. I said it, when I have children, I mean, I would teach them how to. As a parent, you should be gentle in the way you do it. My parents, you know, they didn't force me, they didn't tell me to speak, they didn't tell me to have this YouTube channel. It just, I grew up in a very, you know, they were very gentle with me. If you live in Europe and you're Ghanaian, it doesn't mean that you have to go and start wearing African clothes to go to school. But, you know, if your mom speaks true with you, you know, you have to kind of, you know, yeah, don't be ashamed. You know, when you have a friend, or you have someone who is from Ghana, who just moved from Ghana to the UK, maybe to live, when I see them, I kind of feel afraid that they will change, come and live in the UK, and then, you know, they start changing after a few months, after a few years, they start changing, don't want anything to do with Ghana anymore, you know, I'm British, you know. I don't like that. It doesn't make you cool. It really doesn't make you cool. What makes you cool and what makes you stand out is the fact that, you know, you're Ghanaian and you're proud to say it. I'm a free Ghana, you know, I'm proud, I'm Ghanaian. Before you go out and love the world, you have to love what belongs to you. You have to appreciate where you're from, and that doesn't just work with culture. You know, if you don't love yourself, if you're Ghanaian and you're like, I don't want to be Ghanaian, man, I don't want to be African, I don't, you know, now if you tell someone, oh, you're African, like, I'm not being African. Like, if someone tells you you're African, it's like an insult now. So before loving other cultures, and before, you know, putting on makeup and going out and making yourself beautiful in front of others, just start appreciating what belongs to you, and start appreciating where you are from and where you come from. As long as you appreciate it And if you go to Ghana, you know, you try to enjoy it, or if you're okay with your Ghanaian culture, it's fine. That's just the whole thing. Don't forget where you come from, appreciate where you come from, and just start loving you. I get a lot of comments of people telling me they want to learn about their culture. And one other thing that you can do that will help you, you know, is travel into that country. I tell you, I don't think, honestly speaking, if I've never traveled to Ghana till now, I don't think I'll be able to make videos here. I don't think I would even want to make videos because I'd be like, I don't really know enough. If you're Ghanaian, half Ghanaian, you want to learn more about your culture, travel to Ghana once in a while, like travel to see how it is, to give you another perspective. So that's what helped me really. I went to Ghana a lot when I was younger, I guess, so maybe that's why I've got parents, you know, that actually, you know, never hidden the fact that I was Ghanaian by speaking to me, but never really imposed it harshly. I went to a Ghanaian church. The difference is that, you know, you have to want to be connected to your culture, especially if you're born in Europe. You have to want to ask questions to your parents. How do you say this in Twi? How do you do this? How do you... Maybe sometimes it's not Twi, it's Ewe or whatever Ghanaian language. Watch Ghanaian movies. Ooh, there's some nice Ghanaian movies out there. Yeah, I hope this video was helpful, guys, for you to get to know a bit more about me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave comments below and like me on Facebook. The link is on the description box. And tell me what you think about this particular topic. Is it important, do you think, to learn about your culture? Bye.